Shalom, everyone. I have two questions for you. I'm going to ask two questions. Where are you going? Where are you going? And what road are you on? Everyone is on a road. We are many different people, many different roads, many different routes. And the question, what road are you traveling? What road are you on? Of course, some of us on the right road, on the right track, and most of us is on the wrong road because the road to destruction is broad and the road to righteousness is narrow and few find it. We see here on the screen there, like I said, many roads to the playoffs. Now, this road to the playoff, there's steps. In any road you're on, there's steps that you must take in order to get to your destination. And you must take each step one at a time. There is no rushing. In sports, you do not get to the final round, your first game. It doesn't work like that. You have different steps that you must take. So we see there's a road to the playoffs. We'll go through a few roads here. There's a road to the Final Four. This Final Four bracket is very, very complicated to the point people can't even pick and choose who's going to win what. And it goes any kind of way. Of course, we understand, we learn that the sports are all fixed anyway. And so they know who's going to do what. It's about making money. I'm not into the sports. I just want you to understand that there's a road, there's a route, and there's steps that each team must take and each player must do. There's a road to success. Some people on the road to success and some people are on the road to failure. Now, in order for them to get to this road to success, again, they have to have steps that they have taken. We have the road to the White House. This is another road that they talk about. A road to the White House. There's different things this person must do before they become the president of the United States. Once again, this is all made up. It's all fixed. They're selected, not elected. But my point is, they have a road to the White House. And there is a road to 2030. Many of us have looked into this information concerning the 2030 strategy that they put forth, and they are implementing this 2030 plan. This is a plan, but there's a map, there's a road map that led to this 2030 plan. They don't want to be, how can I say it, caught off guard, and they want to implement certain things at certain time. And of course, we have the road to the wilderness. All those other roads, every last one of those other roads, they do not compare, they do not match up to the road to the wilderness. This is one of the most important roads, one of the most important routes that you could ever make in life. And we understand through the scriptures our people had to take this route, and they took this route, and this road, it was a wilderness journey, it was a wilderness trip, and it took them 40 years. Now, how do we get on this road to the wilderness? Okay, the first thing must be first. You must understand there is a wilderness and you need to get there. If you understand there is a wilderness that the Most High has prepared for His people, you understand what the scriptures say. There is a wilderness prepared for His people. Then you understand you must do every step by step, everything you must do to get to this wilderness. Once you understand you need to get there, you are on the road to the wilderness. No matter where you're scattered in the earth, you are on your road to the wilderness. Now, those that's not on their roads to the wilderness, they don't even consider the wilderness. They don't think about the wilderness. They're not trying to get there. They're thinking the Most High is going to get us there. They don't have to do any, there are no steps. This is the point. There are no steps that these people are taking They haven't made not one step to get to this wilderness. And they're not going to do anything. And they're going to sit still in the wilderness. They will never see, because the enemy will be let loose on them, and the enemy will overcome them and kill them if they don't get destroyed in Babylon when she goes down, because she is going down. For the ones that have their mind on the wilderness, keep your mind on the wilderness. Don't let anyone throw you off. No rebels, no one, because they are out there and they are trying to throw you off. If you've already taking other steps, you know you need to come out, you've already purchased your passports, let me tell you, your steps into going to the wilderness, if you've already got your plane tickets, you are on that road, and you continue. You don't stop for anyone. You don't stop and pick someone up. This is what those that was prepared, those 5 virgins that was prepared, they had everything. They had steps that they took. But those foolish ones, they didn't prepare. They didn't do anything. It's almost as if no preparation has to be done. The Most High will do it all, and we won't have to do anything. We understand that is a lie according to Scripture. But again, don't let no one knock you off. No rebel, no family member, no one. We are listening to the Most High and listening to Him only. That's another thing. People say, are you listening to someone online and you're following someone online? You show them the Scripture. No, this says it right here in the Scripture. I'm listening to the Father. Okay, my first Scripture, James 4:13 through 17. Don't boast about tomorrow. This is something that they know all too well on this side of the world over here. Come now. It says, come now, you who say tomorrow, today or tomorrow we will. Today or tomorrow we will do this. When you start your journey trip, now this is something you must do. We're going to do this and we're going to do that. It says, go to such a city, spend a year there, buy, sell, make profit. This is what we do. This is something Babylon taught us how to do. And we can do this well, and we don't understand this. And this is something we need to start practicing, all of us. It says, whereas you do not know what will happen tomorrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanish away. Instead, you ought to say, if Yahuwah wills. This is what we should be saying. We shall live and do this or that. If Yahuwah wills, if it's His will, we will we will make it to the wilderness. We will be on this road to the wilderness. As I said, Ishmael, they have this down pat. They say inshallah. And when they say inshallah, they're saying Allah wills. If Allah wills. And they're using Allah. Allah is the singular to Elohim. Elohim is the plural. And so it's the same equivalent as Allah. And so this is what they're saying. And I mean, they say it for little things. We're on the bus. I hear someone ask someone, you get off at the next stop? Inshallah. We're on the bus. He's saying you get off at the next stop, and he's saying inshallah. Yahuwah wills. This is what he's saying. Allah wills. If Allah wills, I will get off on the next stop. They're using this all the time. And again, Babylon didn't teach us this. Babylon taught us to depend on ourselves. We can do this. We build houses. We do this and we do that. This is something we've lived. We've been saying. We proclaimed this for years. He says, but now you boast in your arrogance. All such boasting is evil. Therefore, to him who knows to do good and does not do it, to him it is iniquity. It's iniquity to know to do right and then don't do right. It's iniquity to know we should come out of her and we don't come out of her. That's iniquity. It's a command. And I'm going to show you this how important it is to keep His command. This is John 14:28 through 31. It says, you have heard me say to you, I'm going away and coming back to you. If you love me, you will rejoice because I said I'm going to the Father. for the Father is greater than I. And now I have told you before it comes, that when it does come to pass, you may believe. He says, I will no longer talk much with you, for the ruler of this world is coming. Listen, here's the point. This is why this scripture must come out. The ruler of this world is coming. And he said he has nothing in me. He's coming to make war with the rest of the remnant that keep the commandments. He is coming. This is what's coming. But that the world may know that I love the Father, and as the Father gave me commandments, so I do. Okay, here's the next point. He says, as the Father gave me commandments, so I do. The Father gave us a commandment. Come out of her. This was the commandment. And so we must do. We must come out of her. That was the commandment. He says, let us go from here. And when that commandment came forth from us when we was in Babylon, we should arise and let us go from here. And when you do this, when you come out of her, you are on the road to the wilderness. We know as the days of Noah, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. But look what Noah did. Jubilees 5:21. I'm going to read the second part. And he, the Most High, commanded Noah to make an ark. Why? That he might save himself from the waters of the flood. You see, Noah saved himself from the waters of the flood by building an ark, by by taking and doing the command of the Father. So you must do what he say do, and this how you save yourself. That's why the scriptures say, deliver yourself, you who dwell with the daughter of Babylon. You must save yourself. Isaiah 43:19, behold, and we know this. It says, I will do a new thing. When he does this new thing, many people will miss it. Why? Because they err, not knowing the scriptures. They stood down. They stayed still. They listened to the rebels when the rebels told them. The rebels they're speaking nonsense. Their words are malignant. It's just full of abomination. It's against the Most High. They're speaking wicked things, and our people are listening. Many of them are teachers. I told you these teachers are no different than those that's in the Christian church. It says, now shall it spring forth, you shall not know it. He says, I will even make a road in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Why a road in the wilderness? This is the road to the wilderness. There is a road to the wilderness that the Most High put there. Make sure you understand that. Ezekiel 34:25-31. He says, I will make a covenant of shalom with them and cause wild beasts to cease in the land, and they will dwell safely in the wilderness and sleep in woods. I'm bringing this out because somehow people think there is nowhere for us to go, that Esau, Edom, he's going to kill the people. We're defenseless. You don't know the Most High speaking this way. And oh my goodness, you must study the scriptures. That when the Most High protect his people, he protect his people. When he said the Most High said his people will dwell safely in the wilderness, this is exactly what he meant. He said, I will make them a place all around my hill, a baraka, not being killed. And I will cause showers come down in their season. There should be showers of baraka. Then the trees of the field shall yield their fruit. Listen at this. The earth, her increase. They shall be safe in their land. Edom is not going to be able to do anything. You have no idea who's backing Yasharal. You don't. If you think we're going to the wilderness to be killed. And they shall know that I am Yahuwah when I have broken the bands of their yokes and delivered them from the hands of those that enslaved them. See, this is about deliverance. This is about salvation. They shall no longer be prey for the nations, nor shall the beasts of the land devour them, but they shall dwell safely, and no one shall make them afraid. And I will raise up them a garden of renown, and they shall no longer be consumed with hunger in the land, nor bear the shame of Gui anymore. Listen to what's going on here. And they will know that I am Yahuwah, and they, the house of Yasharal, my people. Make sure you understand protection will be in the wilderness. Shalom.